What's going on, guys? Black Phantom, Rocket's Red Glare. So this is at least my first issue of Black Phantom, and I think this was another one of those deals where I was just kind of perusing around on either like Kickstarter, Fund My Comic, Indiegogo, one of those, and saw this, and again, artwork drew me in. Just kind of reading a little blurb about what it's about. That got me to go, here's my money, let's check it out. And I gotta say, I've been pretty satisfied with what I got here. So this is written and illustrated by Chad Townsend. So this is all him. And of course, he's the creator on it as well. So let's just get on with it. So, through the power of a mystical key, he is a walking dead man known only as the Black Phantom. So here we start with it, and we're in 1944, so World War II times. So we're dealing with those evil, bad German Nazi men over there. And so we have Colonel Hayward. He's given Black Phantom a mission. And before I continue on with that, we are getting little boxes letting us know more about Black Phantom. So he explains he is, in fact, a walking dead man. And so long as he has this key with him, he's in good shape. It has got a gypsy spell on it that allows worms flowing through his body to like heal him and keep him going. And so he does have another ability, but we'll get to that when it actually presents itself. It's only like another page or so. So going back to Colonel Hayward, he's explaining to him, hey, we have a slight situation. The Nazis have a new super weapon. It's a rocket called like the V2. And Black Phantom's like, okay, so you want me to go stop them from launching it? And Colonel's like, well, they've already launched it, and so we've been doing what we can to keep it at bay, but what we need is for you to go inside the Middlework Castle and steal the radio controls so they can figure out how to jam the signals and all that. After you get that information, we're going to come through and bomb the place. So he's like, okay, well, in order to get into the castle, I need a disguise. And we see this German soldier. He's going through. A line gets put out across him while he's out on his motorcycle. His kappa gets detated. And this is the other ability. Anybody who's dead, he's able to assume their likeness. So he disguises himself that way. And so off he goes. And he makes his way to the Middlework Castle. He gets scolded for being a little late. But then he realizes, oh, they know exactly who this is. As they said, come in, Black Phantom. We were expecting you. And so here we have Renfield. And that name might clue you into what's coming. So what Renfield wants is to capture Black Phantom because he wants the secret of his abilities, right? And then the Nazis can create an army of Black Phantom, right? And he's like, oh, hell no. After some back and forth quips here with Renfield, he's like, all right, well, you know what? If you want it, come get it. If you want me, come get me. And so, now, what would be worse than Nazis? How about vampire Nazis? So that's what we got. Vampires and ghouls. So we're going a little off script from history here. So now, apparently the vampires can still be killed by regular bullets and a blade, because all Black Phantom's got is a katana and a pistol. And he's going around just knocking out vampires left and right. We get a nice little shot here where he's taking out two with one swing of his blade. Pretty sweet. Very good action scene. And he's dealing with all of them. Renfield, he gets up, shoots Black Phantom right in the back, and he's like, oh, shit. He's crawling away. He's crawling over to this statue, knocks over the statue, which does reveal a button. It's a little convenient that happens, but we'll just work with it here. And Renfield, he's trying to do on some sort of spiel, and Black Phantom's like, hold that thought real quick. Picks up the statue head. He's like, "Hail Caesar," and throws it right at Renfield. That at least knocks him out or incapacitates him in some way, shape, or form, where he's no longer a threat. And the button's revealed. He presses it, and secret door. And he just kind of goes wandering in there, and holy shit, there's a bunch of V2 bombs all sitting here, or rockets at least. And he's like, wow. And not only that, but we're seeing now some spaceships. And he quips, he's just like, hey, where's the bathroom? I'm new here, I'm a little lost, can you help me out? And the aliens got no idea. They just kind of look at him. But then he gets approached by Horntoad is his name, and is this big four-armed creature here. And he's like, well then, say cheese, big guy. And click, 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 nothing. And I will say, he should have already known that the gun was empty. The slide should have already locked back. That's easy way to let you know you got no bullets there. So, nitpick to be sure. There's also another nitpick coming up here in a second. So he gets his ass handed to him. And so he's like, all right, well, you know what? I'll pull out my knife. Now, this knife literally appears out of nowhere. So it was on him. It's right here. It's on him. And we'll see it is on his right side. Now we're going to take a look a couple pages back. When he's over there crawling towards the statue, here's his right side. It ain't there. It does appear after he gets up. My camera might not pick it up, but I can tell you it is actually right here on him at this moment. So, bit of a nitpick. It looks like they kind of forgot to add that into the illustration earlier. But yeah, he gets disarmed, both figuratively and then quite literally. As he is getting his arm ripped off after he tries to do a little head button. So, oh shit. Yeah, Black Phantom, he's in a bad way right now. He goes ahead and kicks the alien in the balls, and apparently he comes equipped. And he tries to make his getaway, gets pinned down, so then he says, fuck it, grabs his severed arm and just starts beating the shit out of Horntoad with his arm, and says, don't tear my arm off, bitch. As he beats him, at least unconscious, maybe to death. We're not entirely certain. And then he explains that, this isn't the first time he's lost any kind of a limb. He's like, I've lost fingers and all sorts of stuff. But haven't lost my junk yet, so that's fortunate, knock on wood. And then he goes ahead, chains up Horntoad, straps him to a rocket. He gets the radio control, and he sets the coordinates and lets everybody know, hey, it's time to bomb the place. And then while that place is getting bombed, he goes ahead and sends Horntoad up in one of those rockets, presumably to go boom. And that is the end of the book. And I gotta say, it's been pretty enjoyable. Mostly just nitpicky stuff that I'm having to deal with here. Nothing too major. It's just little things here and there. I like a whole lot the character of Black Phantom. Now, we don't know his real name or anything like that, and he goes on to say he doesn't know his name, he doesn't know what he looks like, anything like that. He remembers very little of his past. But I just one of the bits that I really enjoyed was when Renfield wanted to make an army. He's like, an army clones of me? Well, sign me up. And of course, you see he's a black man, and Nazis not so big on the black people either. And so it was just him just kind of giving him a little ribbing, just a little shit talking, and I truly enjoyed that. But yeah, we have some minor tisms here and there. Nothing that I recall that's truly affecting the overall story and plot. It is just like the disappearing blade, or I guess appearing blade, because it wasn't anywhere until he gets back up off his feet to go in there. So that doesn't really affect anything before or after. So we'll just go with it, and then that's just more of a continuity error. It's not a big deal. And honestly, that's probably the most major thing that I've come across. Now, in my like quick review, I mentioned that he was kind of like Deadpool. I think that that's not correct. The more I've read it, the more I'm like, actually, he's more like Spider-Man. He's not really breaking the fourth wall that much. Outside of just your normal comic thing where we're just getting kind of like head thoughts, but that's not really fourth wall breaking like a Deadpool. So I'd equate him more to Spider-Man, where he's just kind of quipping with his adversaries and stuff like that and talking shit. And that really makes for an enjoyable read, especially when he's like shit talking Nazis and vampires and all sorts of shit, aliens. I mean, this is definitely not what I expected when I first signed up to back this one. I just thought it'd be a fun little book with a cool ass character. Like I just kind of look at Black Phantom himself. I'm like, man, that's kind of a cool looking character. I wanna check out and see if it's worth a damn. And so far, I've been very pleasantly surprised. And so overall, with nitpicks just being really about it, and nothing else to really criticize, I'm going to give this somewhere between an 8 to a 9 out of 10. Like, leaning more towards the 9 out of 10. I really have very little in the way that I would change anything. I mean, it's just like, again, with that blade, you just put it in earlier, fixed. The slide, yeah, you just have him realize that his gun's empty ahead of time, fixed. Okay, it's nothing really major going on here. He doesn't really have any plot armor outside of just his special abilities, right? He loses his arm and he's still alive because we were already told this necklace means a whole lot as far as how he operates. Now, I think at some point in the future, that is going to play like some sort of issue. So we already know that the Nazis want him for testing and stuff like that. So at some point, I figured he's going to get captured and maybe have his necklace removed, and that's going to be an issue for him later on. That we're going to have to see how he gets out of that situation. Like, does he temporarily die, and then having the necklace placed back on him brings him back? I'm kind of curious. So far, there's nothing that I felt was breaking the rules that have been established so far. So he can. I really like the idea that he can mimic the dead. So now I'm kind of curious what all that entails. So now we have vampires and ghouls. Yeah, they're dead, but they can still move around much like him. So can he use that to his advantage, or does he have to completely remove them? These are things I would like to see answers to later on in the future, but we didn't need to do that right this second. So yeah, we're going to go 8 to 9 out of 10, somewhere in that area. Very pleased with this. And if this sounds like something that would interest you, check the link in the description where you can get a copy for yourself, or at least who to follow for any second chance campaigns that may arise. But that is all I have for today, guys. So until next time, take care and God bless.